What's going on, guys? It is your boy Cash, and we are here today to talk about, you know what we're here to talk about. It's in the title. You clicked this for a reason, because you knew either you are here to argue against or to be a part of the movement. And I don't care what side you're on, but let's keep it clean. We're here today to talk about the pet house. I do, you change the little background. That's important, what kind of environment you want little baby Lucas here. Oh wait, it doesn't matter. All right, now we got all the little fuckers playing around. All right, guys, so first and foremost, one thing that I wanted to do, it was at the very least, talk about the positives first. Now, the pet system is not like the worst thing in the world. Obviously, it's something additional. It's something that you necessarily don't have. And I would honestly say that at least with the lobby pet on its own, just kind of sitting here giving you gifts, that's a nice little touch. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but at least it's something. Get you a little gift pretty much every day. Send home. Jesus, that sounds so vicious. And it has like little things. You could summon. Let's take it from the tippy top, right? Because this is how you do a pet video, right? Adopt. We have no adoption tickets. Oh my god. Let's go get some adoption tickets. So this is like where it starts. So just to adopt a pet, right off the bat, it's either 100,000 5 times a week, or you can do 1,000,000 5 times a week. As you can see, I've done 2 already. You can also use your crystals to do this, which I highly don't recommend. You can also buy food here 3 times a week, which is used for, for leveling them up pretty much for free without having to use them as their own food, which is, kind of crazy. You can also buy a toy, and, some women like toys. I'm sure this one does right here. But you can also get a toy, and that allows you to like pretty much level their affinity, which is like their affection or their whatever the hell, whatever. You guys know this. You're not here to learn about the pet system. You're here to hear me complain about it. So right off the bat, this is really pricey. I'm actually surprised that this wasn't, for some god-awful reason, not put into the friendship system. Look at this. I almost have 100,000 of this, and only a day. You can use 200 for stuff that you actually care about. Look at that. That's the only thing that we're going here to do. But why wasn't this utilized, if anything? But they went for the jugular. Of course they went for the jugular. They went with your gold, one of the biggest things that people complain about in this game, and Skystone, the thing that nobody wants to spend. So after you just summon for like whatever character, and you know that the next limited banner is coming up, we're currently on Luna's banner, and then Luna's banner is going to go into another banner, and if that's a really good character, you don't want to be spending this on pets. So the resources that it uses already is a huge hell no to me. There should have been either a separate resource, which would have been nuts. There's already too many different resources in the game. But I think the friendship points would have made more sense. You make a bond with the pet, and the pet wants to come with you, and that's how you adopt the pet. I don't know. I just thought that would have been good. Even if they used the friendship points just to level up the pet, I thought that would have been fine too. It would have also made it better for utilizing the support system, which I'm going to actually go into that right now. Before I do that, I'm going to just explain something really quick. Now, as the homemade snacks, as you guys know, this is the auto battle system, so we're going to just wrap it all in one big nice spicy bow. Now, the auto battle system really benefits when you actually know for a fact without 100% certainty that you are going to win the fight. Spirit altar is going to be good. Just for an example, you would go in here, you would go to your spirit altar, you would be like, wow, this is my spirit altar team, whatever. So you probably make a team for it, and you add your pet that has the stuff for the spirit altar. As you can see, this pet, my baby Lucas, has double AP grind. So when I'm going into the side story, which they said side story, which they mean the unrecorded records or whatever, unrecorded history, and adventure, so I can get double AP, well, 9% chance at it, right? And this one with the spirit altar to get additional runes. So this would be my spirit altar ones. You need several different of these pets kind of loaded up and ready to go. As you can see, this one, 7.5 chance to receive 1 additional lesser charm, which is good. That you need charms to also level up stuff in this game instead of just gold. But we're not going to talk about that. That's another video. So as you can see, that's cool, right? Now, my biggest issue here is that it's like I said, the pets are really good for spirit altar. They're really good for the hunts that you know for a fact that you can win, obviously, because this has nothing to do with support units. But when you go here, when you are in an event, of any sort of thing, now this is probably not going to be too big of a deal for certain people, but it's a huge deal for me because I like to farm as optimal as possible. As we know, sometimes that is not, that's not always going to be the case. You're not going to always be able to farm as optimal. So let me just use this as an example. As you guys should know, if you want to get the most, you want to get out of the side story as quick as possible, you're going to go to hell difficulty. Normal is the best for EXP. I've said this in videos before. Normal is the best for EXP. Hell is the best for event currency. So I want to get out of this really quickly, as fast as I can, so I can go back to my hunts, go back to my spirit altars. That's the plan. The problem with that plan is that this is the problem, the support system. So on the piggyback of the homemade snacks, I want to show you guys something really important. So as you can see here, fire, water, so we're gonna need some type of water character, whatever, cool. So as you can see here, I am leveling up my characters. I'm leveling up Blue Doggo, Gold Doggo, and Champion Zerato. And this would be my farmer unit. Now, to be fair, yes, I should bring my own farmer unit. My farmer unit should be able to solo this regardless. And then I might have to farm something a little bit lower and a little bit less, which kind of throws the whole thing off. Now, I play Knights Chronicles, and usually you can select an element and it will constantly pick from that element. Or even in this game, maybe you can select a certain type, a mage or a thief or something like that. In this game, I'm going to show you guys what happens when you put the homemade snacks on. So first of all, as you guys know, I'm just gonna pause it for a second, or not. Okay, so as this thing is going on, I just want to show you guys that it's doing this now. Never click this. Restart battle when defeated. By the way, I don't know if anyone else knew this, but if you actually click that, it will still consume your snacks, which I think is crazy. Because if you guys know, you don't lose stamina, like you don't lose any of your other energy when you lose the fight. But if you do the homemade snacks, it will take it, which is kind of crazy. I would assume that it, wouldn't do that. It's the whole purpose of this is that I beat the stage and I want it to repeat again. So make sure that you always keep this off. It's annoying. As this is nice. Don't charge. That means when you run out of energy, you run out of energy, right? Also, you can recharge with Skystone and recharge with Leaf. That's good, right? But it still needs a little bit more. What I'm asking at this point is that it should say, stop when a character is max level. I was running this and my dogs were max level and just constantly doing runs, and that was defeating the purpose of farming. Now I'm using the side story because the side story has the event currency. That's why I'm here, to get all the goody goods. But eventually there might not be a side story you need to farm, and there's going to be times where you're just going to be in adventure mode and you're maybe farming a catalyst or something like that. And at that same time, without a shadow of a doubt, you need to be farming your fodder at the same time. That's just how you should be playing this game. If you're not, you're just not playing optimally. I'm sorry. So while you're doing that, if your fodder maxes out and you're not paying attention, once again, the whole point of auto is that you don't have to pay attention to what's going on the screen. That should be one of the options there. That really sucks. I'm not kidding. Like that's a huge oversight. Look at that. By the way, I love that. I love that. He gives them whatever. He's such a cool unit. I love cool units. All right. Enough gawking, right? So when this comes up, we're gonna fight this stage. As you know, we chose ZEUZ, right? And then it's gonna repeat the lovely battle because we're gonna win because I have martial artist Ken in there. But if I had someone else, maybe I can't really auto it. And this is something I think that they changed in a side story, which I'm gonna get into that in a couple seconds. I'm just gonna skip ahead. Oh no, okay, so you know what it might have been? If you keep losing, it rotates the support unit. But it seems as though if you actually keep winning, it will keep the same support. I noticed it's the same ZEUZ because I keep looking at the HP. He's on Dust Devil, and it's the same ZEUZ that I keep getting. So they do keep it. Okay, so that was my experimentation. That was my fault because I kept bringing in a character that kept dying. My farmer kept dying. So it kept switching the supports, which still kind of proves my point. But if you have a solid farmer, my martial artist Ken has been surviving. So luckily for us, we keep getting the same ZEUZ. So if you find a really good farmer, then at least that's pretty good. But that's still kind of a little crappy that you can't choose, which one comes in. But obviously that's still on the fault of the player. So that would be my fault if it's constantly switching between supports and taking up my homemade snacks for every failure that I keep on there. Again, just never click this. If you don't click this, you're absolutely fine. That should be the moral of the story. All right, so those are the only complaints that I had as far as the actual auto battle says. Oh wait, there is one more. And here it is right here. Nothing. I think that a lot of people just really didn't like the fact that you have to use a homemade snack in order for this thing to click on that automatically. It just kind of like, it just seems really, like I feel like it's a lazy design. Like, I'm still autoing the stage. If I run out of homemade snacks, I still have to then click on everything. Just seems obnoxious. I already got this. I have to pay $1 million gold. I gotta do this, that, and the third just to make sure that this pet is top notch. But if I don't have that one homemade snack, you won't do that just to pick up something like that. Like, really? Like, I don't even want that. They should remove that. Like, it just seems like a huge oversight, and I think most people wouldn't like it if they at least did that regardless of the situation. All right, so in order to talk about the next part, it'd just be easier if I just do a couple adoptions. So let's just get this out of the way. Ooh, shiny, Moo Moo the fairy. That's pretty good. So cool, we got Moo Moo the fairy. 7.5 chance to receive one additional piece of equipment from the hunt. This is really, really good, actually. Well, not really good, but decent. So of course you're gonna take your crappy ones that you didn't like, and then you synthesize it. That's decent enough that you can kind of select it. Like, this part is not that bad. And we're gonna select to keep that, right? But as you keep doing this, it is still kind of RNG, a little too heavy RNG based. What I'm gonna have to compare this to is gonna be Pokemon. And I know that some of you guys might not understand it, but this is essentially breeding. So I want to keep this appearance and get that skill, cool, whatever. Screw Momo the fairy. Now, the reason why it's like Pokemon is because Pokemon has breeding, and with breeding, you're able to keep certain things a certain way. You can eventually end up with the perfect Pokemon, and that's kind of what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get the perfect pet, and it's just like, it's still too much. Sometimes it's not that bad to not keep the skill. You can actually get double S's. You know, I think I had one somewhere. Here it is. I got double S's. I didn't keep either of the skills. I just made them double S's. Now, eventually, I'm gonna want to have keep this, keep that, and then have something else on the side too. You know, that would be the most smart thing to do, right? But they only keep one skill. I think they only keep 2 skills when they're, I think, level 3 or 4 or something of that nature. So you're gonna keep having to do this over and over and over again until you land the perfect skills. In order to keep doing that, you're gonna have to keep spending gold, keep spending Skystone, keep adopting over and over and over again. Yeah, you can use the normal food, so you don't have to use as many pets. But it's just, I really feel like this just should have been done just a little bit better. I think, like I said, the friendship points, that maybe you can get a free summon technically every day. You get a free summon for a hero. Why not have it that a pet strolls into the bar? Well, not this bar, they're underwater. Like here, every day a pet comes or something of that nature. And you maybe even have it linked to the sanctuary. Maybe have it linked to the Forest of Souls. Instead of doing the Spirit Well, instead of Penguin, Molagora, maybe have this that you can, it sounds weird to grow a pet, but you know what also sounds weird? To take 2 pets and synthesize them. So yeah, I think it should have been a nice thing in the Forest of Souls, or if they wanted to make it a completely separate thing where you're making pets. It sounds weird, but again, I think it would have been perfectly fine. It would have been a nice, less resource intensive thing that we could have looked forward to, and not had to worry too much about how much gold do I have, how many pets can I get to make sure that my golds get better. It's just too RNG intensive, and I think they could have made it a lot more stress free. It's just too much. You gotta hope for the pet, you gotta hope for it to have an S, you have to hope that, you know, you get the ones that you want, and then you gotta hope for the homemade snacks to drop, because as you guys can see, you can't buy the homemade snacks. So how are you supposed to make sure that you can auto for whatever amount of time if you're not even getting the drops? I'll tell you guys right now, I did a lot of runs, and as you guys see, I only have 5 left. And if I keep using them, then I won't have them, and then it goes right back to the drawing board. It seems kind of stupid, in my opinion, to have a system make you like it, and then you honestly can't interact with it anymore. Yes, I am well aware that the battle pet, at least just having that battle pet equipped, you'll still get those bonuses like Baby Lucas here. You know, I'm still gonna get these little bonuses regardless of if it's on auto or not. But to introduce a system like that and then not have it fully functioning seems really stupid. So that's all I have to say about it. I really think that they can make it better. I think that I'm not the only one that thinks this way, but let me know your opinion. Do you think it's fine? Do you think that, You know, did you have a suggestion that I did not mention? Was, you know, something that I suggested was too dumb, or maybe, oh, like I like that part of it, but not that part. You know, whatever it is. But I do think that this needs to be talked about, and they need to fix it, because I think a lot of us was expecting, you know, something a lot better. You know, the homemade snack system just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't. The fact that the friendship points have little, like, friendship doesn't, you can't use friendship points to become better friends with your pets. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make sense. But what does make sense is that every day at the Kashino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.